Oh, my bad. It was from the author section, but regardless, it starts with the following. I want to be direct. My name is Greg. I go by Onision online. Of course we know this. I digress. This book is made up of events that occurred in my own life mixed with fiction from the made-up life of James. So what Onision means by this is that he does talk from his point of view, but mainly with like his own way of rewriting things as they happen, because like whenever something happens and someone just decides to write how they view what happened, mostly lying, but from their perspective or whatever. James is essentially a better version of myself, Onision of course. His home, his school, and his life all resemble my own at his age. The people James analyzes and is surrounded by are not so unlike those I've known as well. So basically all these people are based on real people, is what he's saying, except he couldn't have just done it straight to the point instead of saying they're not so unlike people I've known. Who the hell phrases things like this? I have experienced much of the loss James has, however, his happier moments are more often than not also mine. Who would have guessed? I want to share my story without being purely non-fiction. I simply felt this approach would make for a far better book. Sorry to break it to you, but it doesn't seem like many of us agree on that. At points I cried while writing this. I'm sure you did. At others, I laughed. Stones to Abbigale is not just a book I wrote, it is a piece of who I am. No kidding. Special thanks, Lainey, thank you for editing the first draft, which is their supposed female to male spouse. And Erica, thank you for pointing out 2 word errors. Oh yeah, great. I'm sure it was just 2 words you missed. I'm sure it wasn't a whole paragraph or something. I mean, yeah, I'm probably jumping ahead. Like I said, I've only read up to the first chapter at the point I'm filming the very beginning of this recording of the video, but I've heard that there's a few, or more than a few, spelling errors, so I'm sure it's more than just 2 words that they might have pointed out, or at least they only saw 2 words because they were unable to even get through the book. But yeah, that's just the beginning there, providing basic stuff that most of us aware of Onision's antics know about him. I mean, I'm new to this. I'm just some Furby that was freed from a box after 22 years of imprisonment, so what would I know? But I've already learned quite a bit. I sure can't wait to read more into this book. Quite the reading.